She was born in luxury, served in war, and now sits in eerie silence, a relic of a bygone era, echoing with whispers of the past. The RMS Queen Mary is more than just a ship. To many, she's a haunted labyrinth of lost souls, tragic memories, and unexpected phenomena. From drowning victims and wartime collisions to shadowy figures and ghostly phenomena, the Queen Mary has become one of the most famously haunted places in the world. In this episode, we explore the true hauntings of the Queen Mary, the legendary ocean liner now docked permanently in Long Beach, California. From its storied service in World War II to modern-day ghost stories, the Queen Mary is now known as America's most haunted ship, and possibly with very good reason. Construction on the RMS Queen Mary began in 1930 in Clydebank, Scotland. Designed to rival the Titanic and Olympic-class ships in size and elegance, the Queen Mary was a marvel of Art Deco beauty, boasting lavish ballrooms, grand dining halls, and cutting-edge technology. She made her maiden voyage on May 27, 1936, and quickly became the flagship of the Cunard Line. During her heyday, she hosted the likes of Winston Churchill, Clark Gable, and even Queen Elizabeth herself. She was known for her speed, style, and status, until war disrupted her voyage. In 1939, the Queen Mary was requisitioned by the British government for World War II. Her luxurious interiors were stripped out, her hull painted battleship gray, and she was transformed into a troopship, earning the nickname the Gray Ghost because of her stealth and speed. At times, she carried over 15,000 troops at once, more than any other vessel in history. But the war wasn't kind to the Queen. In October of 1942, she accidentally sliced through the HMS Curacoa, a British light cruiser, during a zigzag maneuver designed to avoid German U-boats. The collision killed 337 men. Because of wartime protocol, the Queen Mary could not stop to help. By the time she retired in 1967, the Queen Mary had crossed the Atlantic 1,001 times. That same year, she was permanently docked in Long Beach, California, where she now serves as a hotel, museum, and tourist attraction. But some say she also became something else entirely, a floating purgatory for spirits who never made it off the ship. The Queen Mary may be docked, but according to countless reports, her decks are far from silent. The ship is said to be home to over 150 restless spirits, haunting every corridor, cabin, and engine room. Perhaps the most infamous location is the first-class swimming pool. Though long drained and closed to the public, it's a hot spot of paranormal activity. Visitors and tour guides alike have heard the sound of splashing water and laughter echoing through the chamber. Others have seen wet footprints appear on the tile floor, despite no water and no swimmers. The most well-known ghost associated with the pool is that of Jackie, a little girl thought to have drowned here in the 1940s. Paranormal investigator and spirit medium Peter James claimed he communicated with Jackie multiple times through EVP sessions. He described her as playful, lost, and eternally calling out for her mother. One security guard reported hearing a child humming Ring Around the Rosie in the pool area, only to find it completely empty. Others have seen Jackie's apparition, soaked, barefoot, and vanishing before their eyes. Deep in the bowels of the ship lies the engine room, and with it, one of the Queen Mary's most chilling stories. In 1966, an 18-year-old crewman named John Petter was crushed to death by a watertight door during a routine drill. The door, known as Door 13, now holds a reputation for unexplained activity. Multiple staff members have reported seeing a shadow figure in blue coveralls walking down the hallway, only to vanish near the door. Others report hearing metallic bangs, footsteps on the catwalk above, or feeling sudden temperature drops near the site of the tragedy. One maintenance worker recounted trying to weld in the area, only for his equipment to mysteriously fail multiple times, despite no technical issues. He left, shaken and convinced he wasn't alone. Then there's Stateroom B340. It was sealed off for decades after a long string of guest complaints. Sheets yanked off in the night, taps turning on and off, disembodied knocking, and voices whispering from the walls. In one report from the 1980s, a terrified guest claimed the covers were pulled violently from her bed, and when she reached to turn on the lamp, the bulb exploded. Others heard knocking at the door only to find no one outside. One guest even claimed to see a man standing at the foot of the bed who disappeared when she screamed. In 2018, B340 was reopened as a premium paranormal attraction, complete with a Ouija board and a journal for guests to document their experiences. Some lasted the night, while others checked out long before dawn. What makes the Queen Mary's haunting so compelling isn't just the legends, it's the overwhelming number of first-hand accounts. Guests, workers, and paranormal investigators have all had unexplained encounters on the ship. Erica Frost, a former tour guide, said she felt invisible hands brush against her arms near the pool area. In another incident, she and a group of tourists saw a transparent figure walking down a corridor in 1930s attire. He passed through a door that was locked from the inside. In 2009, a guest sleeping in a third-class cabin awoke to find a woman sitting on her bed, weeping. When she turned on the light, the figure dissolved into the air. Several children have claimed to talk to other kids on the ship, ones their parents couldn't see. One parent reported their son playing peekaboo with a girl near the boiler room. Only, according to staff, no other children were registered in that part of the ship that day. Security guards, too, tell tales of elevator doors opening on their own, alarms going off in unoccupied rooms, and strange voices caught on night recordings. The Queen Mary has become a magnet for ghost hunters, investigators, and skeptics alike. Television shows like Ghost Adventures, Fact or Fake, and Most Haunted have all conducted episodes on board. Skeptics argue that the ship's metal structure and proximity to the ocean create high electromagnetic fields, which may cause hallucinations, nausea, or feelings of unease. Others say the creaking ship and its drafty corridors naturally generate unsettling sensations. Still, even skeptics admit, something about the Queen Mary just feels different. For nearly 9 decades, the Queen Mary has served as a symbol of elegance, endurance, and now the supernatural. Her decks have welcomed celebrities and soldiers, families and phantoms. And whether or not you believe in ghosts, one truth remains. Her history is written not only in records, but in whispers, footsteps, and cold spots. To step aboard the Queen Mary is to step back in time, and for some, it's to step into another world altogether. The RMS Queen Mary has lived many lives, a luxury liner, a warship, and now a floating monument to history. But within her iron frame, the past refuses to rest. Countless visitors, crew members, and investigators all speak of encounters that defy explanation. Whether these are memories etched in steel or restless spirits that still walk her decks, one truth remains. The Queen Mary bridges the gaps between the living and the dead. Her legacy is more than history. It's mystery. And it ensures that this legendary ship will forever remain one of the most haunted places on Earth.